10 banned muscle cars that are too dangerous to drive. The muscle cars you're about to see weren't banned because they failed. They were banned because they went too far. Too much power for their chassis, too violent for public roads, and too dangerous for an era without restraint. Balance was ignored, safety was optional, and raw horsepower was handed to drivers who weren't ready. From factory drag monsters to barely street-legal race cars, each one marks the moment manufacturers cross the line. 10. Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 2018. The Dodge Challenger SRT Demon was never intended to be safe, sensible, or subtle. Built as a straight-line weapon, it existed to terrify drivers, dominate drag strips, and challenge regulations. Everything about the Demon was engineered to push human control to its limits. This was not a muscle car for casual use or daily driving. At its heart sat the supercharged Hemi 6.2-liter V8, designed purely for violence. It produced 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque when properly fueled, numbers that bordered on reckless. Power was sent exclusively to the rear wheels, overwhelming traction and driver confidence alike. The Demon could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, faster than many purpose-built race cars. Such acceleration demanded absolute precision because mistakes happened instantly and violently. Special drag radials, reinforced components, and race-focused tuning made it brutally effective but unforgiving. The steering felt heavy, the braking required planning, and throttle control separated skill from disaster. There were no illusions of balance or finesse at speed. This car demanded respect every second it was moving. Regulators quickly took notice, questioning its safety, emissions, and suitability for public roads. Its production run was short, its impact immediate, and its reputation permanent. The Demon became a symbol of excess in an era shifting toward restraint. Owning one required skill, courage, and an understanding of consequences. It was thrilling, terrifying, and unforgettable in equal measure. Few cars before or since blurred the line between road legality and controlled chaos so completely. The Challenger SRT Demon remains one of the most dangerous muscle cars ever offered to the public. It proved that when limits disappear, responsibility becomes the only remaining safety system. That reality is exactly why it will never be repeated again. The legend lives on, untouched by compromise or apology. 9. Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible 1971. At a glance, the Plymouth Hemi Cuda convertible looked like a glamorous muscle car, but underneath that style lived something far more dangerous. Built during the peak of the muscle car era, it represented a time when power came first and consequences followed later. This was not a car designed with safety, balance, or restraint in mind. It was built to dominate streets with brute force alone. Under the hood sat the legendary 426 Hemi 7-liter V8, an engine feared for its raw output and unpredictable behavior. It produced 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, sent directly to the rear wheels with little regard for traction or control. With that setup, the Hemi Cuda could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds, an explosive figure for its time and terrifying in such a lightweight convertible body. The problem was control. Suspension technology lagged far behind engine development, dropped the top, applied too much throttle, and the car could easily overwhelm even experienced drivers. Every launch demanded restraint because the margin for error was razor thin. Its danger wasn't theoretical. High insurance costs, emissions pressure, and growing safety concerns quickly ended cars like this. Only a handful of Hemi Cuda convertibles were ever built, making them rare even when new and mythical today. Their power-to-control ratio simply became unacceptable. Now, this car exists as a legend rather than transportation. It represents an era when manufacturers chased dominance without compromise. The Plymouth Hemi Cuda convertible remains a beautiful, violent reminder of what happens when horsepower outruns responsibility and why muscle cars like this were never allowed to survive unchanged. 8. Ford Mustang Boss 429, 1969 to 1970. Nothing about the Ford Mustang Boss 429 suggested balance or restraint. Built purely to satisfy racing homologation rules, it hid a massive engine inside a compact body never designed to control it. This car existed to intimidate, not to forgive mistakes. It demanded strength, focus, and courage from anyone behind the wheel. Under the hood sat the Boss 4 29 7-liter V8, an engine built for NASCAR dominance rather than street manners. It produced 375 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, overwhelming the chassis with ease. Power delivery was sudden, heavy, and unforgiving. The Boss 429 could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds, but acceleration was only part of the danger. Steering felt vague at speed, brakes demanded anticipation, and suspension struggled to keep the car composed. Drivers needed constant correction just to keep it pointed straight under hard throttle. In the late 60s, safety regulations had not yet caught up to horsepower obsession. Cars like this were sold with little concern for consequences. The Boss 429 quickly became infamous for being difficult, intimidating, and dangerous to inexperienced drivers. Its rarity today reflects how short-lived such excess truly was. This Mustang was not built to be enjoyed casually or mastered easily. It was a warning disguised as a muscle car. Nothing about the Boss 429 prioritized safety, comfort, or forgiveness. It exists today as proof of an era when raw power was allowed to outrun control. That imbalance is exactly what made it legendary and dangerous. Few cars better illustrate why regulations eventually stepped in to save drivers from themselves. That truth defines its legacy and explains why such machines were never allowed to return to modern roads ever again safely today. If you think this machine was hard to control, wait until you see what comes next. 7. Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. The Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 emerged as one of the most intimidating muscle cars ever sold to the public. Built in extremely limited numbers, it was never meant to be practical, predictable, or safe. This was a factory-built monster created to dominate drag strips, even if that meant putting drivers at serious risk every time they pressed the throttle. Under the hood sat the legendary ZL1 427 7-liter V8, an all-aluminum engine originally designed for racing rather than street use. It produced 430 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, figures that completely overwhelmed the Camaro's lightweight body. With minimal traction assistance and primitive suspension technology, the ZL1 could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds. But controlling that acceleration was a different challenge entirely. The car's danger came from imbalance. Enormous power meant narrow tires, limited braking capability, and a chassis never engineered for such output. Wheel spin was constant, steering corrections were aggressive, and braking distances demanded anticipation rather than reaction. Inexperienced drivers quickly learned that hesitation or overconfidence could end badly. Chevrolet built the ZL1 to satisfy racing ambitions, not consumer safety. Its price was astronomical for the time, its maintenance demanding, and its behavior unforgiving. Many dealers struggled to sell them, and even fewer drivers truly understood what they were buying. Today, the 1969 Camaro ZL1 is revered as one of the most extreme muscle cars ever created. It represents an era when manufacturers briefly ignored limits and consequences. In that moment, raw horsepower outran control, and danger became part of the experience. That reality is exactly why cars like the ZL1 were never allowed to exist again without heavy restriction. If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit like and subscribe for more dangerous muscle car history. 6. Dodge Charger Daytona 1969. At its debut, the Dodge Charger Daytona looked less like a muscle car and more like a provocation. Its towering rear wing, extended nose cone, and wind tunnel-driven shape were created for one reason only: to dominate high-speed racing. This was not a design meant to please the public. It was built to break rules, shatter records, and intimidate anything sharing the road. Under the hood sat the legendary 426 Hemi 7-liter V8, an engine borrowed directly from Dodge's racing ambitions. It produced 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, delivering relentless force to the rear wheels. With that setup, the Charger Daytona could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds. But straight-line speed was only part of the danger. At full throttle, the car felt unstable, violent, and demanding of constant attention. The Daytona's real threat came at high speed. Its aerodynamic shape allowed it to exceed 200 miles per hour on NASCAR tracks, but public roads offered nowhere near the space or safety margins required. Steering inputs were sensitive, braking required foresight, and crosswinds could unsettle the car without warning. Drivers were forced to respect physics or face immediate consequences. Regulators quickly stepped in. NASCAR changed the rules, effectively banning cars like the Daytona from competition. On the street, rising safety concerns and insurance pressure made such extremes unacceptable. Its production run ended almost as soon as it began. Today, the Charger Daytona exists as rolling mythology. It represents a moment when manufacturers chase victory without restraint. Beautiful, terrifying, and wildly impractical, it remains one of the most dangerous muscle cars ever offered to the public. The Daytona proved that when aerodynamics and horsepower outrun control, legends are born and limits are enforced forever. 5. Plymouth Superbird, 1970. The Plymouth Superbird was never created to blend in or behave politely. It was built as a rolling statement of defiance, designed to dominate high-speed racing and shock the public in the process. With its pointed nose cone and towering rear wing, the Superbird looked outrageous, aggressive, and borderline unsafe the moment it appeared. This was not a car shaped by restraint. It was shaped by obsession with speed. Power came from the legendary 426 Hemi 7-liter V8, developed with racing supremacy in mind rather than street comfort. It produced 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, sending massive force to the rear wheels. With limited traction and primitive safety systems, the Superbird could rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds, an alarming figure for a car of its size and era. The danger wasn't just acceleration. The aerodynamic body allowed extreme top-end stability, but only in controlled environments. On public roads, crosswinds, uneven pavement, and sudden braking turned that same design into a liability. Steering required constant correction, brakes demanded anticipation, and mistakes happened fast. The Superbird punished hesitation and rewarded only discipline. Its existence didn't last long. Racing authorities quickly rewrote the rules, effectively sidelining winged cars like the Superbird. Insurance companies followed, labeling it high risk, while emissions and safety concerns sealed its fate. What was once built to win suddenly became impossible to justify. Today, the Superbird stands as a symbol of excess without apology. It represents a moment when manufacturers chased victory at all costs, even if it meant putting danger on the street. The Plymouth Superbird remains unforgettable, feared, and respected because it proved how quickly ambition can outrun control. That imbalance is exactly why cars like this were never allowed to return. What you just saw was intimidating. The next car became a real warning. 4. Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 LS6, 1970. Brutality defined the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS4 54 LS6 from the first turn of the key. Built at the absolute peak of the muscle car wars, this machine combined overwhelming power with barely contained manners, earning a reputation that still intimidates today. At its core sat the legendary LS64 54 big block V8 engine, developed to deliver maximum output with minimal compromise. Factory ratings listed 450 horsepower and 500 pounds-feet of torque, numbers that instantly overwhelmed tires and chassis alike. Throttle response was violent, traction unpredictable, and control depended entirely on driver courage rather than engineering assistance. The chassis struggled to cope with that force. Suspension tuning favored straight-line launches, braking lagged behind acceleration, and weight transfer made hard driving a physical experience. With no electronic aids and limited tire technology, mistakes arrived quickly and recovery was never guaranteed. Performance figures reflected its excess. When launched cleanly, the Chevelle could surge from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, astonishing for a heavy factory coupe of its era. In the quarter mile, it humbled purpose-built race cars. Visually, menace replaced subtlety. Bold stripes, aggressive stance, and muscular proportions made its intentions clear. Inside, comfort existed only to satisfy legality. Insurance pressure, emissions laws, and public fear ended cars like this almost overnight. Today, the LS6 Chevelle remains a symbol of unchecked power, a reminder of when manufacturers built cars that were genuinely dangerous to drive today still. 3. Shelby Cobra 427, 1965 to 1967. This was not a car designed with safety, comfort, or forgiveness in mind. The Shelby Cobra 427 was created by forcing massive American power into a lightweight British roadster, resulting in one of the most dangerous performance cars ever sold to the public. It looked simple, even elegant, but behind the wheel it behaved like a barely contained weapon. Under the hood sat the legendary 427 7-liter V8, an engine far too powerful for the Cobra's short wheelbase and minimal chassis development. It produced 425 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, sent directly to the rear wheels with almost no electronic or mechanical safety net. With very little weight to manage, the Cobra could explode from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds. But that acceleration came with immediate risk. The danger came from imbalance. Enormous torque met narrow tires, basic suspension geometry, and a chassis never designed to tame such output. Wheel spin was constant, steering corrections were aggressive, and throttle mistakes were punished instantly. violently. Even experienced drivers describe the Cobra as terrifying at speed, especially on uneven roads or during hard launches. There were no driver aids, no traction control, and no margin for error. Braking required anticipation, cornering demanded restraint, and sudden inputs could send the car sideways without warning. It rewarded skill but showed no mercy for overconfidence. The Cobra 427 quickly earned a reputation as a car that separated brave drivers from reckless ones. Insurance companies took notice, regulations tightened, and cars like this became impossible to sell without compromise. This Cobra remains legendary not because it was easy to drive, but because it was brutally honest. It proved that raw power without control creates unforgettable machines. That truth is why the Shelby Cobra 427 is remembered as thrilling, beautiful, and dangerously uncompromising. If raw muscle cars are your thing, tap like and subscribe for more stories like this. 2. Oldsmobile 442 W30 1970. At the height of the American muscle car era, the Oldsmobile 442 W30 was engineered with little concern for restraint, balance, or forgiveness. It looked refined compared to some rivals, but beneath that calm appearance lived a car that demanded respect every moment it was driven. This was not a machine built for casual cruising or inexperienced drivers. Under the hood sat the Rocket 455 7.5-liter V8, an engine designed to deliver overwhelming torque rather than finesse. It produced 370 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, sending brutal force directly to the rear wheels. With limited traction and primitive chassis tuning, the W30 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds, a figure that felt far more violent in real-world conditions. The danger came from how suddenly that power arrived. Throttle inputs had immediate consequences, often breaking traction without warning. Steering required constant correction, braking demanded planning, and mistakes escalated quickly. Without modern safety systems, the car relied entirely on driver judgment and restraint. The W30 package removed much of the standard car's civility. Lightweight components, aggressive tuning, and minimal sound insulation created a raw, intimidating experience. On public roads, that intensity could turn excitement into chaos within seconds. As insurance costs soared and regulations tightened, cars like the 442 W30 became impossible to justify. Too powerful, too loud, and too unforgiving, it represented the end of an era. Today, the Oldsmobile 442 W30 remains a feared legend. It stands as proof that unchecked muscle created thrilling machines, but also cars capable of overwhelming drivers who underestimated them. Its legacy explains why manufacturers eventually stepped back, choosing safety, predictability, and control, because machines like this proved that raw power alone could turn confidence into fear, mistakes into disasters, and legends into cautionary history for future generations everywhere. That was brutal, but the next car proved torque alone could be just as deadly. 1. Buick GSX Stage 1, 1970. The Buick GSX Stage 1 was proof that danger didn't always wear an aggressive face. On the surface, it looked refined and mature, but beneath that restrained styling lived one of the most torque-heavy muscle cars ever sold to the public. Buick built the GSX Stage 1 to dominate straight-line performance, not to forgive driver mistakes or reward finesse. Power came from the legendary Stage 1 455 7.5-liter V8, an engine designed to deliver relentless low-end force. It produced 360 horsepower and a massive 510 pound-feet of torque, numbers that overwhelmed tires and nerves alike. Sent directly to the rear wheels, that torque arrived instantly and violently. The GSX Stage 1 could charge from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds, but acceleration felt far more dangerous than the numbers suggested. The real threat was control. Suspension tuning lagged behind engine output, braking required planning, and traction was never guaranteed. Sudden throttle inputs could break the rear loose without warning, forcing drivers to react quickly or lose control. There were no electronic aids, no safety nets, and no room for complacency. Despite its luxury roots, the Stage 1 package stripped away civility in favor of performance. The car demanded discipline and punished overconfidence. Many underestimated it because it didn't look wild, making it even more dangerous in inexperienced hands. As insurance companies cracked down and regulations tightened, cars like the GSX Stage 1 became unacceptable. Too powerful, too unforgiving, and too risky, it represented everything the industry was about to leave behind. Today, the Buick GSX Stage 1 stands as a reminder that raw torque can be more dangerous than horsepower. Quiet, brutal, and deceptive, it remains one of the most intimidating muscle cars ever built because it never warned you before it struck. And here's what makes these cars unforgettable. They weren't built to be safe, easy, or forgiving. They were built to test limits. Each one represents a moment when manufacturers chose raw power over control and thrill over responsibility. Today, they exist as legends, respected for what they were and feared for what they could do. If you enjoyed this look at the most dangerous muscle cars ever built, hit like to support the channel, subscribe for more stories the industry doesn't like to revisit, and let us know in the comments which of these machines you'd dare to drive. Thanks for watching.